Today we're looking at the freshly updated Marin Rift Zone alloy series, looking at the 1, 2 and XR. So first things first, the Rift Zone is available in every frame size in 27.5 and 29-inch wheels. So if you want something a little bit more playful, the shorter reach on the 27.5-inch bikes just offers that little bit of extra fun, and the 29-inch bikes with a slightly longer reach is just going to be a little bit more stable and composed over the chunky stuff and when the trail gets super fast. So what I like about the Rift Zone is that every bike in the lineup shares the same great Series 3 alloy frame. So no matter the price point, you're getting the same great geometry and the frame is never going to let you down. So moving on to the suspension, so all the bikes have 130 millimeters of rear travel and 140 up front, and it's got a super nice and slack 65.5 degree head angle. I think this is the perfect head angle for a trail bike that slightly prioritizes the descending. Other than that, the suspension platform is nice and stable, and in combination with that steeper seat angle, you're going to have a really good and efficient climbing bike. And sticking to Marin's roots in being made for fun, you've got super short chainstays as well, so you'll be able to manual the bike with ease. Moving on to the entry-level Marin Rift Zone 1, Marin has spent the money where you need it, and that's the suspension, and as we mentioned earlier, the same great frame as the higher end bikes. So the suspension up front, you're getting the X Fusion Slide 34. So this is a slightly thicker stanchion fork than the Recon that it replaces last year. So this just means the bike's just going to be a little bit more composed when the trail gets rough. Onto the rear, you've got an X Fusion shock as well. But another standout this price point is the 11-speed Shimano Dior drivetrain. So you're getting pretty much the same overall range as the higher end bikes, but you're missing just one speed. But to be honest, who really needs it? Another one of my favorite things about this bike is the V Crown Gem tires. So these are really fast rolling, which I think suits this bike a little bit better than the more aggressive tires on the higher end bike. Just makes the bike pedal a little bit better, and it makes those climbs that bit easier. And the tires and rims are also tubeless compatible too, so setting up tubeless is a breeze. Other than that, you've got a nice short stem, wide handlebars, so you're going to be in a really confident, commanding position on the descents. And you also get Shimano MT201 hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. Another standout about the One compared to the rest of the bikes in the lineup is that it's available in 2 colors. So there's the gray and black here, but if you want something a bit more out there, there's the orange and blue too. So again, at this price point, there isn't really many bikes that come in 2 color options, so that's a great option if you want something more mellow or something a bit more out there. So as I said, the money's spent where you want it, and you can upgrade this bike to your heart's content in the future because you have internal cable routing for a dropper post, so really easy setup there. And also the axle in the rear, it's a QR141, but this is easily upgradable to a 148. I really like the solution that they've done on this bike, and what it really allows is for this great frame to be available at a more affordable price point. Now, moving on to my favorite bike in the lineup, and I think this is the best bang for buck trail bike on the market. So what really sets this bike apart at this price point is the suspension package. So that Marzocchi Z2 up front, as Devin says, chef's kiss. It's an absolute great book for the money because you get that adjustability, you can put volume spacers in it, and you've got some really intricate and meaningful compression and rebound adjustment too, which the X Fusion has up front. You've only got the rebound adjustment in the rear, but I just feel the detail and resolution on these adjustments just that little bit better. So onto the rear shock now, and it's the RockShox Deluxe Select Plus. So you get that lockout as well as the rebound adjustment. Moving on to the cockpit now, you get that same great short stem and wide bars that the One has, but you're now getting lock-on grips, and these grips absolutely feel great. I'm usually someone that gets aftermarket grips, but to be honest, I've never seen the need to change these. And you're also getting that dropper post now as well, which to be honest, I really can't live without one of these now. So if you're getting that one, that's definitely the upgrade that I do in the future. Moving on, you've got the same Shimano MT201 brakes as the One model, but in terms of the drivetrain, you're now getting 12-speed instead of 11. So it's the 12-speed Shimano Dior. I found the shifting just that little bit cleaner and crisper compared to the 11-speed model, but the overall range between these two bikes in terms of the gearing is pretty similar. And the last detail is the tires. So you're getting the V-Flow snaps, so just that little bit more aggressive, a lot more grip, but that does come, as I said, as a penalty for a little bit of drag. But if you do prefer descending, I think you're gonna really like the grip that these tires offer. Now, moving on to the Big Daddy, the XR. So this bike is absolutely designed to shred. So this is going to be for someone that really prioritizes descending and just wants a super capable trail bike that they can probably start pushing on enduro trails and more aggressive stuff, even the odd bike park day too. So where you're going to notice the difference again, the suspension package. So you're getting that Marzocchi Z1. So this has got 36 millimeter stanchions compared to the 34 on the Z2. So overall, just that little bit more stiffer. And this is just going to really help on rough sections of trail. The bike's just going to be a little bit more composed and track a lot better over the chunky stuff. So moving on to the rear shock now, we've got the Floatex, and as you can see, it's got that piggyback reservoir there, and this is just going to allow the shock to stay a little bit cooler on those long descents. Continuing the descending focus build is the Shimano 4-piston brakes. So what this is going to allow is for more powerful braking and less fade on those longer descents, so you're going to be a lot more confident when you grab for the brakes. Apart from that, there's just those little extra details as well. So you can see on the bars here, you've only got 2 clamps, so it's all integrated nice Shimano stuff, so the dropper post lever, the shifter, the brakes are all integrated there, but it's just a really nice, clean and ergonomic setup for all your control points. Other than that, you've got a Shimano 12-speed drivetrain, so SLX shifter and XT derailleur. So again, a little bit cleaner, crisper shifting. And the last touch of the descending focus build is those Maxxis Assegai tires. So these are some super aggressive tires to absolutely shred the descents. Okay, so that's all the differences between each of the bikes. So now it's about time that I'll let you know which bike is best for each kind of rider. Starting off with the Rift Zone 1, and I think this is a great first dual suspension bike for someone who has more descending based aspirations. So the geometry, as we said, it's super capable, it's not gonna let you down, and it's a really great platform to upgrade on. So moving on to the Rift Zone 2, and this is the bike that I would probably get with my own money. You guys have seen the level that I'm kind of at with my riding. I kind of ride mostly blue trails and the odd black trail every now and then. And this is just a great do-it-all capable bike. The suspension's not gonna let you down. You can really adjust it too. And to be honest, there's not really much you change. You just set it up tubeless and you're good to go. So if you're kind of at that enthusiast level, you go out on weekends, but you're not doing anything super crazy, this is the best value bike that you can probably get at this price point. So great option if you just want a great descending focused trail bike. Now, moving on to the XR now, and this is pretty much an enduro bike in disguise. So with that Marzocchi Z1, piggyback rear shock, it's super capable on the descents, so you're getting a super playful, fun bike thanks to the 130mm of rear travel, but you're getting almost the geometry of an enduro bike. So if you love to send it and want to have a little bit of fun, I think the XR is the best option for you. So there you go, there's our overview and review of the freshly updated Marin Rift Zone alloy. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below. I'm always happy to answer anything that you guys have. And if you want to check out the bikes in a bit more detail, don't forget to head to the description and check out those links there. And as always, thanks for watching. See ya.